Hi, my name is Davis Thompson. I'm the IB Diploma Coordinator here at Auburn High School and have been for the last 10 years. I, along with James Tyndall, who is the IB Counselor, and Karen Hall, who is the CAS Coordinator, we function to run the program, which has been at Auburn High School since 1999. The purpose of this video is to give you a brief overview of what the IB program is so you can decide if it might be something that you're interested in pursuing during your junior and senior year in high school. Basically, yes, the IB program has been here a long time. It started in 1999. What is it? It is a small learning community of highly motivated juniors and seniors at Auburn High who have chosen to complete a rigorous 2-year academic program that emphasizes developing the whole individual in 6 different IB subject areas or classes. Basically, to understand IB, all you have to do is look at this particular diagram, which shows you the program in a nutshell. In the center of the diagram is the IB learner, because IB is very into who are you, where do you come from, what are your belief systems, and what kind of goals do you have in life. So we always begin with the learner. Outside of the learner are IB's pedagogies. They have something they call approaches to teaching and approaches to learning. And then there are the 6 IB classes in the next to outer realm, and within that, the 3 special sort of activities that IB does. So, real brief, the 6 IB classes that you would take over the course of 2 years would be IB English, IB French, German, or Spanish, IB History, IB Biology or Chem, IB Mathematics, and IB Elective. It could be an artsy thing, it could be something else. But over the course of 2 years, you would take all 6 of these classes. Some of them you could complete your junior year, 2 of them maximum, and then the rest of them you would do your senior year. Those are the 6 IB classes, and then there are 3 special things that occur also in addition to the IB program. You take a philosophy class called Theory of Knowledge. You complete a 4,000-word extended essay, which is a research paper on a topic of your choice, and then you complete what is called CAS, or Creativity, Action, and Service. We call them CAS hours. They're easily understood as service hours, but they do have a creative and service aspect as well. Outside of the whole thing is the international mindedness, because IB does stand for International Baccalaureate. It is a worldwide school program that was started by Miss Effie Cannon here in 1999. So just to take the diagram into words, you would take 6 IB courses, equivalent to AP courses with a little more writing and a little more evaluation. IB English, IB Language B, we offered Spanish, German, and French. IB History, IB Science, Bio or Chem, IB Math, which is not just IB Calculus, it's called Maths because you do vectors and probabilities and sets and all sorts of math in addition to calculus. And then IB electives, which could be IB Psych or World Religions, which is very popular, or Economics or Visual Arts or Theater or Music. We're trying to offer film, and we have been successfully offering IB Business Management for a while now. Sometimes students choose to do 2 IB Sciences, 1 junior year, 1 senior year, but that's just for whatever a student wants. Everybody's IB experience is different based on what's appropriate for your learning goals, and you work with Mr. Tyndall to figure that out. So as I said, you do the 6 IB classes, and then you do these 3 other special requirements. Theory of Knowledge is a class you take as a junior, super fun, very light in terms of the reading, but heavy in terms of the thinking. But it's a philosophy class that's a lot of fun. And then at the end of your junior year, you pick a 4,000-word extended essay in a topic you like. If you're into politics, you write about politics. If you like biology, you write about biology. If you want to do Englishy stuff like me, I'm an English teacher, then you might write about poetry or play or a novel. But it's really the world is your limit in terms of the 4,000-word extended essay, and you have a mentor, and it's written over the course of your junior summer all the way to the winter of your senior year. And then you do the creativity, action, service hours that Ms. Hall organizes. The goal is to pass all 6 of your IB classes and complete these 3 requirements, and you will get an International Baccalaureate Diploma in addition to your Alabama High School Diploma. The goal of the curriculum is to create well-rounded students, just like that circle diagram suggested. The curriculum ensures that math, science-oriented students get knowledgeable about languages and culture, particularly from an international perspective, which is emphasized in every IB class. And it does ensure that the humanities-oriented student explores levels of math and science. So it kind of hits you wherever you're weak, and it hits you wherever you're strong, and that can be a really good experience, but it can be a little frustrating too. The program is not for the faint of heart. There's also other aspects of the program that are a little nookie cranny. They're a little difficult, but 3 of your subjects will be higher level and 3 of your subjects will be standard level, and you choose those based on what your emphasis are and your personal learning goals. So what makes IB different than AP? It is not better than AP, it is just a different path. It is a program rather than isolated courses with a philosophy behind it all. And IB also has the special aspect of having a community because we tend to have a small group of juniors, a small group of seniors. They tend to take all their classes together, so they become very familiar. Not all of them become friends, but they do become friendly, and they definitely become peers and colleagues working together to succeed at this program. So it's a program, it's a community, and IB assessment is a little different than AP. Not as much multiple choice in IB, although there is some. But mostly writing things, creating things, presenting things, working with other people, and all these things are sent to the IB for evaluation. That makes it a little bit different than AP, where you just take one exam at the end and it's written without an oral component. The IB program does pride itself on having a special pedagogy. It has, number one, what is called inquiry-based learning, which is the student asks the question. The student has to be engaged in the material. They can't just passively absorb it. When it comes time to write your history IA, it's like, well, what are you interested in history? Well, then you're going to write a paper about it. The student has to choose, and that's exciting and a little overwhelming. IB also values itself on the concurrency of learning. It's a circle, and it means that all the classes are supposed to speak to all the other classes and sort of create a totality of education. Theory of knowledge is a good center place where we talk about all their IB classes at the same time and what they're learning in each. And then, of course, international mindedness. IB is an international program, started in the 60s, kind of with the dream of world peace. And one of the IB tenets of belief is that other people with their differences can be right. And then IB also prides itself on the learner profile, which lists a lot of qualities that IB students are supposed to develop over the course of the program, including things like being principled, being balanced, being caring, being compassionate, being a thinker. All those kind of things are part of the learner profile, which we go over in Theory of Knowledge. So the program is really an experience or a journey, and it emphasizes that students are personally responding and engaged with the material. They're not just memorizing it. We always begin with the learner, and we talk about where you are and where you want to go. And as I mentioned, inquiry-based learning, they choose what they want to focus on. IB is a little different in that there are many oral components, where in the English and language classes, you are always presenting, always speaking, always trying to work on your presentation skills. And they do have to work in groups. A lot of the IB classes curriculums have required group or partner assessments, and that's an exciting part of the program as well. IB requires a lot of writing, as students would tell you, and it improves your fluency. You will be a better writer after IB, even if you don't work that hard, just because by the volume that you're writing, you're going to get better at it. And then IB also emphasizes critical thinking and appreciation of multiple viewpoints because of its internationalness and the diversity of the student body. We particularly in TOK, we try to bring out everybody's diversity so that we can experience a lot of different perspectives instead of just one. As they say, the danger of one story. So ultimately, regarding AP and IB, both AP and IB classes look good on the transcript. They are highly accelerated in advanced curriculums with externally assessed evaluations. IB has what they call internal assessments as well. One experience is not better than the other, it's just what do you want. IB is a program, whereas AP is individual classes, and thus they have different flavors. I teach both AP English and IB English, as well as Theory of Knowledge, and I love all 3 of those classes, and I think they're all wonderful. It just depends on what the student particularly wants. So if you're interested in IB, it's for students who are ambitious. It means that you're taking a big bite of something. You're self-motivated, that you want to be challenged, that you are curious and you're interested in engaging. You like learning for learning's sake, and you are active, that you're not a person who just wants to absorb material, but you want to participate in it. You want to be a risk taker, which is a part of the IB learner profile, and put it out there. Got to be hardworking to do IB. And this is for students who are looking for a well-rounded prep experience. Some people's path in high school leads them very specialized because they already know what they want to do, but if you're maybe a little bit more like, I like everything, IB might be for you. And if you're interested in being a part of a small community, because for over those 2 years you become like first-year med students or first-year law school students, you sort of bound together to figure out how to survive the program. And it's for students who want to improve their time management skills, because IB will teach you time management, sometimes through the School of Hard Knocks. I typically joke about the IB program that it's like marriage. It's not to be entered into lightly. But if you want to learn more about IB, you can schedule a meeting with Mr. Tyndall or come see me in room 1221 or email me. The ideal student for IB, schedule-wise, has completed Algebra 2 with trig and regular chemistry by the end of the sophomore year, although there are some ways around that. An IB student should be able to complete term calculus or AP Cal AB by the end of junior year. You're not going to be able to do pre-cal as a summer access course to get in. We've just learned that that's not best for students. They have hard times succeeding in the program. You need to be able to get to the level 5 or level 4 in your foreign language sequence, so Spanish 104 or German 104 or French 104. And you should be able to you have to be able to complete chemistry by the end of your junior year. Sophomore year would be even better, because you have to complete regular chemistry in order to take an IB science, and that would be your senior year. 3 things that are problematic in trying to figure out the IB program scheduling is PE, health, and career prep. There are ways to make sure you get those done in addition to the IB program, but if you've done them prior to getting into the program, it'll be a lot easier to do IB. You will not only be taking IB courses, although most of your course load would be IB. The more spaces you have, the more AP classes you can take, or the more electives you can take. So we don't gatekeep the IB program, but there are those scheduling issues that you need to look at. And it's academically demanding, but it is kind of a myth that if you do IB that you can't have a life. It'll just be a life where you manage your time quite a lot. So I do think that I would not do the IB program because you're trying to get college credit, although it is a way of getting college credit just like AP. You should do it because you want the experience. Once you're in the IB program, it's pretty hard to leave unless you leave at the end of your junior year. We maybe see 1 or 2 students do that a year, not a lot. So if you have any questions about the IB program, you can email me or contact Mr. Tyndall. Thank you very much.